Okay, let's see what's inside this box from Lemnia. I ordered a Savotta 339. Oh, it's kind of like... Let's see what's inside. Alright, so some additional papers. Here's the backpack. It's got no extra packaging. It's got a label here. How can I get this off? Alright, so the label, oh, that's kind of like annoying. How the hell did they connect it? Oh, it's going through. Too bad. Alright, I'll take it off later. Let's see what it says. It's the Savotta saddle sack 339. It's 1.9 kilograms. Its capacity is 65 liters, I think fully extended. And the dimensions and stuff, steel piping and cotton that they treated. And it comes in olive green. So this is what it looks like. Straps, opens up. I'll be doing a review on this bag when I've used it and see how it works and if it fits nicely. So that is the unboxing of the Savotta 339 saddlebag. Alright, let's see how it performs. Okay, so let's have a closer look at the backpack, and I will tell you some details that I think you might find interesting to know before you buy it. So let's start with the pouches. Let's start with one of the side pouches. They are relatively deep and quite narrow, so let's just see what fits in. For instance, I have a clean canteen here, the 1.1 liter with a nesting cup. And I put some gear in the bag, so it's relatively filled up, not really stuffed, but there is some heavy gear in there. So let's see if that would fit in. And well, you can see that it will fit in, and I have some space left. So let's say I put another nesting cup on there. This is a 350 milliliters or 12 ounces cup. That would actually fit on top, I think. Yeah, that would fit on top, and then I would still be able to close the lid, as you can see. Yeah, so that would fit. So that is a pretty good size. Taking it out, now that again is not easy, but it's doable. So in my opinion, I wouldn't want to put a nesting cup in this bag when it's filled. Just a clean canteen by itself actually fits rather nicely, so that would be an option. If you have a 1 liter bottle, for instance, with a nesting cup, of course that would go pretty easy, or at least a lot easier. So let's stuff that in, and then I would still have space on the side. For instance, my Helle Viking would still fit in there, and my Laplander I could easily fit on the side. Now it's snug, and I would have a little bit of space left on top for some small gear, maybe a fire starter and then some other gear. But that would also fit, although that would get a little bit tight. But that would be about the size of the bag. So this would fit in rather nicely. Now I also found that, for instance, the army bottles, and this is the Dutch Army bottle, I believe 700 milliliters, that one would actually fit fantastic. As you can see, that would slide in rather nicely, and I don't think it would take two, because it comes to here, so just under there, and that would mean that this one would stick out. The second one would definitely stick out, but that fits perfectly, and because it has that hollow shape, that actually allows for a little bit of volume from the inside to protrude in. So these actually fit fantastic. I would almost say put one of these on each side and you would have a perfect fit. With a nesting cup, that would never fit in there, because you can see that it's not going to fit in. You will never get it out. So that is the size of the side pocket, and according to Savotta, these side pockets should be around 2 liters each, and the main rear pocket about 4 liters, I would guess. So let's see. Let's have a look at the rear pocket. Now again, I stuffed it with some gear already on the inside, and I can already tell you that it sits pretty low. So that means that the bottom is actually kind of underneath the gear, and that makes it a little bit hard to get to. So let's just stuff my clean canteen in there, and if I kind of stuff it in, that would actually fit. So the clean canteen would fit in on both sides, and I think I can actually put a 1 liter bottle on top of that, and it would still leave you some space. So let's put in a knife and an additional saw. Why not? And I have a Mora knife. Let's shove that in as well, and let's see. All right, well, this gets a really bit. No, that's not really going to work, but you get the point. All right, so let's just say that 2 bottles, a clean canteen, and a Zig bottle over 1 liter with the nesting cups will fit in rather nicely. Yeah. Okay, so that is at least another 2 liters on this pouch as well. All right. The bag has decent long straps and a decent flap to close it all up. Now I heard people say that if you stuff the bag really full, that this might be a little bit small and the rain could actually get in on the sides, but I never had that problem. It is treated cotton, so it's very durable and it will withstand a little bit of rain. Now let's get to the back of the bag, because I think that here is the most important thing you want to know. So you probably already know that this is a frame backpack. The frame is actually steel, and that weighs about, I wrote that down somewhere, I believe 650 grams, and the whole bag itself is 1.9 kilograms. So it's not the lightest of backpacks. But here's the thing that I came across. The backpack is set up as follows. The straps, and I hope you can see that, the straps are actually attached to a sort of a band that is wrapped around the frame, and that contains the straps. And they are attached, and I loosened it up here a little bit so you could see, they are attached by a strap to the frame. And actually this part, the top part, is connected to the bag itself. So the bag is actually connected to this sleeve that you put over the frame. So you can take the backpack off the frame, but the straps will still be on the frame connected to this band that is wrapped around it. And the way you adjust it in height is by this strap here. So if you loosen this strap, then it goes up and the straps come up, and then you have more length. And if you shorten it, the straps go down. And of course, if you're a bit smaller, you would want to do that. Now I'm 6'3", I believe. So I need it in the utmost position as long as possible, which I did. There's literally practically no slack in this anymore, and for me it's just right. So this will support just above your hips, and this will be at least somewhat comfortable on your shoulders. So I think that is something you would want to know, that you cannot take the bag off from the frame and still have a backpack to use. Alright, so on the side we have the mesh, and they come with these closing things. I don't know what you call them, but they are very heavy to operate, and because they are rather tall, they always flip over when I want to push them. So I replaced the main one already with another one, but that is really heavy, so I think I'm going to replace them all, but that will shut pretty good. And then of course when you open it up, you can go to the full extent of the bag and making it a 65-liter bag. Alright, so then you can stick your axe or some other gear that you might want to bring behind this, and I can even imagine that you can put pouches on here using the mole webbing, and that would probably stay on as well. Yeah, so it's a really multifunctional bag, and I think that sums up the most important issues that we have with this bag. It's just a main pouch, and another detail is the zipper here, and that allows you access to the bag, and then maybe you can get out some small gear or stuff that you have on top. Alright, so it's a very basic bag, it's very robust, it's very durable. I used it a couple of times. I really like it. It's more like an all-round bag that you can use for different things. There's one more thing. When I loaded it up a bit heavy, I noticed that it's not that comfortable, because simply if you have to carry the weight on your shoulders, it will kind of like wear you down a little bit. There is little support from this strap on your hip, and I found that if you buy a battle belt, for instance, this one is from Condor, I believe. Yeah, you just buy one of these battle belts. They are relatively thin, and then I use cable binders and leather straps, and I just, I'm just figuring out which one I would prefer, but these are much lighter, and you can use as many as you want. I usually put more, but I took them off for now. And you simply attach this thing with the straps, very easily to the. So you need a little patience, but you can just strap it on, and trust me, it will support the weight. I tried it a few times, and it actually works. So you can make some sort of a waist belt on this bag yourself. I would advise you to keep it as thin as possible, because the bag gets away from you, and the more the weight goes to the back, the more it weighs you down. So keep it as close to your body as possible, and you want as thin as possible a waist strap. And this one is, I think, about 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters thick, closer to 3, but I think I'm going to replace this one for a thinner one as well. So that is something you can actually do, and it's a relatively easy fix. Alright, did I leave anything out? I don't think so. So, in conclusion, pros and cons of this bag. The pros, of course, is that it's a very good looking bag, it's robust, it's old school, and it's nice and spacious, and above all, you can use it in 2 sizes, which I think is really practical. If you're just on a day hike, you keep it small, and if you're going away for the weekend or longer, you make it large, and that way you can use it multiple occasions. Downside, it's a little bit heavy compared to bags that you can use for hiking or other things. And of course the way it is set up, it's a bit of an acquired taste, so you really have to try it out. So I would advise you, before you buy it, to actually go to a store and actually try it on and try, you know, feel if that is the bag you wanna carry. There is one more thing I almost forgot, is that you cannot adjust the straps while walking, because this doesn't allow for any movement, so you have to do this in advance. Now, I carried it in the summer wearing only a t-shirt, and I had it set up just nice, and then I wore it in the winter, colder weather, with a coat, as you could see in the video, and then I actually had to adjust the straps to fit my body again. So it really does matter how you're going to carry it, and it's not easy to adjust. So maybe if you want to replace those with other clips that you can adjust, I think that would be a smart thing. So maybe I will do that as well, change these over for the ones, or this one, that you can just pull and then adjust, like these actually. So like this one is adjustable almost on the go. Alright, so I will reattach this. So this is the strap attached to the fabric here, not to the bag. So just so you know. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope it helped, and I will put some specifications and pros and cons at the end, and you can freeze the picture if you like to see that. And well, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.